Welcome to the McAllen Cable Network Studios. I'm Roy Cantu for the City of McAllen, and with me today I have a very special guest, Elizabeth Vargas with the Small Business Administration, to sort of talk about an important deadline that's coming up.
Yes, it is. The 4th of September, that's the deadline to apply for federal assistance. People must register with FEMA, go to our centers. They will be closed, as a note, they will be closed Labor Day, but they reopen the last day, September 4. They still have a few days to go to a center, register, and apply for a loan. Even if they don't think they will need or want a loan, they must apply, because if we cannot approve them one loan, we can send them to other needs assistance programs that FEMA has. And they may qualify.
And of course, the first step is to apply for a FEMA assistance, which is a grant, which would be free, which is you have all the experts under one roof, and we have ours right down the street on Main Street.
Yes.
And there's one in Mission and Weslaco that are open. And people can ask any question, and there is no such thing as a dumb question. So even if you have a question, go, well, I probably won't even qualify. Don't ask that question to yourself. Go find out from the professionals.
Yes, we have customer service representatives from FEMA, from SBA, and other programs that they may help them, to register and find out anything they may have wondered.
The deadline is really strict. If you haven't applied by September 4th, you can't ask for any kind of assistance later on. Your house may be fine right now, but later on maybe you find out something did happen. So the best thing to do, if you were in this affected area where there was a lot of rain and flooding, is just go and apply. It's super easy. They make it easy if you go to their offices, and of course they'll assist you in the process, because there are some forms you have to submit, and that's what they're there for. And which is an important question, because you said there's at times people will get a letter of denial.
Denial, yes, about their loan. If they get a letter of denial, they must really read it carefully, and if they don't understand what's happening or why they were denied, they must go to a center, because usually it's just one document that they're missing or some wrong number that they put in their application, and that's it. So they must go to the center.
And of course, these centers are for the citizens who were affected in the area. It's free of charge. Walking in won't cost you anything, and it could save you money, because you probably can do some upgrades to your home. Or if you're in a business, talk about that, the loans that Small Business Administration is providing for businesses.
Yes, in the case of disaster, SBA not only provides loans to businesses, but to renters, homeowners, and nonprofit organizations. In the case of the businesses, they may apply for not only physical damage, but economic injury, which means if they were probably not affected physically, but they had to close because the street was closed, or their clientele didn't come because they were busy with the disaster, they need working capital to stay in business. So they may apply for one of those loans. The deadline for those loans is up to April 8th, 2019, but that's only for economic injury. The rest of the loans is September 4th. They must register, and businesses register with FEMA also.
And of course, if you know of a neighbor who can't hear this information, thankfully for us, FEMA brought in Kimberly to sign for our non-hearing community, but you can go and request that kind of assistance.
Yes, yes.
So please tell your neighbors, really communicate with each other to make sure everyone in your neighborhood is helped out.
Yes, and they may interpret in all different languages, so they don't have to worry about that. Any language they need, we may assist them.
You see, folks, so they've made it super easy thanks to the Small Business Administration and FEMA. Of course, the center is right here on Main Street in McAllen, but there's also one in Mission and Weslaco. You've closed some centers. That's what people may be hearing in the news, but... We
just closed one in Fremont, which is Jim Wells County, and one in La Feria. But people, they can go to any center. They can come from Weslaco, from anywhere. They can go to any center. It doesn't matter where they live.
Remember, the September 4th deadline is just to register, and that's everyone should do it if you were affected by the recent rains. And what's the other deadline that we talked about?
The economic injury for businesses is April 8th, 2019.
So that gives you an extra year. However, don't procrastinate, because the assistance is here. They're all here going to stay and answer all your questions and sort of provide that information. This is all you need to submit, and you may get some assistance.
Exactly. And they may follow through after the date, but they have to register with FEMA before September 4th.
And of course, they're there to provide any services, of course, for our hearing impaired community. You will have professionals like this to sort of assist you. So please take advantage of it. For the City of McAllen, and thank you very much to the Small Business Administration, Elizabeth, and of course, Kimberly, who's helping out today. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.